Good morning, children. Today in Social Science and Geography in class 9, we'll begin this chapter, Physical Features of India. This is the second chapter. Now, we are aware that India has almost all physical features of the earth, like we have mountains, we have plains, we have deserts, plateaus, islands. We also have large rivers, deltas, deserts, and forest land. All this is related because of the formation of the rocks. So if we see that India is a vast country with varied landforms, that means many features we have. In plains, we have or we will get to see vast stretches of plain land. Then in the hilly regions, we get to see the rugged terrain with mountains and valleys. Mountains and valleys are the common features in the hilly regions. So we see that our country, that is India, has practically all major features of the earth. Like there are mountains, we have plains, we have deserts, plateaus and islands, and of course the forest land also. So we see that why do we have this? We have different types of rocks. Now, rocks can be hard. Like some rocks are hard. Like example we can take is of marble. A fine example is the use of marble in the making of the Taj Mahal. So that is one. Then we have some rocks which are soft. Soapstone, which is used in making of talcum powder. So we have different types of rocks. And we also have different types of soil. Now, if we see that in our country, the color of soil varies from one place to the other. Because, why is this so? Because soil is formed out of different types of rocks. These variations can be seen or are caused due to differences in rock formation. So we have, somewhere we have red soil, we have black soil, somewhere we have desert also. So we have all these different types of soil also. Now we see that India is a large landmass formed during different geological periods which has influenced its relief. That means that is the reason why we have mountains also, we have valleys, we have a vast plain area also. Now this is all because of the weathering. We have weathering. Now what is weathering? Weathering is the breakdown of rocks. And when big rocks break up into smaller. So the breakdown of rocks by the action of rain could be there, snow could be there, or the wind. So that is what we term as weathering. Then we have erosion. Now erosion is a natural process of weathering and transport of solids, that is sediment rock and other particles in a natural environment from their source to the places where they are deposited. So that is what we call as erosion. And third is that we have deposition. That is the geological process by which the material is added to a landform or landmass. So we have weathering, we have erosion, and we have deposition. Now we see that the theory of tectonic plates. We are aware that it is because of the different, you can say weather conditions, one can say. So we see that our scientists have given us, or explained rather, I could say, that the formation of physical features with the help of certain theories which are based on certain evidence. So if we see that the earth scientists, we can say, have explained the formation of physical features, and some of these theories are based on certain evidences also. According to this theory, we see that the crust, that is the upper part of the earth, has been formed out of 7 major and some minor plates. So how this has happened, that is, we see the movement of plates, when the plates move, results in building up of stresses within the plates and continental rocks above, and this leads to folding, faulting and volcanic activity. So we see that these take place. Now we have these into divided or classified, one can say, into three parts. So these plate movements are classified into three. We have convergent boundary, we have divergent boundary, and we have transform boundary. If we see it in the form of this diagram, diagrammatically we will see that we have, this is convergent boundary. Now convergent means when the plates are moving towards each other, they are moving towards each other, so they are called as convergent. So when some plates move towards each other, that is what we call as convergent. Then some plates like this, we have divergent, when this is moving this way and this is moving that way. So they're moving, you can say, in the opposite direction. So when these plates move away from each other, this is what we term as divergent boundary. And in the event of this, when they are moving towards each other, when the two plates coming together, they may either collide and crumble, or they may slide under the other. Sometimes, so this is we call as divergent. So we have, and then we have transform boundary. Now over here, this plate is moving upwards, this plate is moving this way. So we see that they are moving up or down. So we have these three kind of boundaries. Convergent boundary, convergent when the two plates move towards each other. Divergent boundary when they are moving away from each other, that is divergent. This is moving this way and that is moving that way. And then we have transform boundary where this plate is moving upward and this plate is moving downward. So we see that these are classified, these plate movements are classified into three types, that is convergent boundary, divergent boundary, and transform boundary. So transform means when they are moving horizontally past each other, that is what we call as transform boundary. Thank you.